one of the things that you wrote really stuck with me, and that is that if you were to describe what you mean when you use the term process in process psychology, the closest thing that you could get to is the ancient Chinese notion of the Tao.
Yes.
I wonder if you could begin by amplifying upon that.
Well, the very basis of process-oriented psychology, or process work as we sometimes call it, is an ancient thing. It is not a new work at all. It's an ancient, we're like updating an ancient work, the Chinese idea of the Tao, or the time, what is happening in a given moment. That's what you mean by, that's what I mean by the word Tao. And should I say more about that?
Well, Tao, it comes from the Chinese philosophy of Taoism,
Taoism.
The Tao Te Ching, written by Lao Tzu about 2,500 years ago. It's the basis also of the I Ching, which is the Chinese book of divination, the book of changes.
That's right.
It's a very mystical concept to me.
Very mystical and very practical at the same time. The Tao is what is happening. It's the moment. It's, in German they'd say, the Zeitgeist, the spirit of the times. And process-oriented psychology tries to find the Tao, or the spirit of the moment, and work with it. That's its very basis.
It sounds very much like the idea, go with the flow.
Go with the flow is a great idea, and Taoism was a great idea, but the problem is that in spite of the depth of this ancient idea and the modern hope to go with the flow of things, people have trouble doing that because a lot of the flow is unconscious, or it goes against what we consciously want to do. So process work attempts to find out what is happening in the moment and what is happening that you don't want to perceive. So it works with two levels of perception.
In other words, what is consciously happening, what you would describe yourself doing, and some other unconscious process that's trying to happen at the same time.
That's right. Like right now, I'm sitting talking to you. I'm identifying myself as being, I'm trying to explain process-oriented psychology and enjoying the communication with you and these cameras and the hot lights. That's one thing that's going on. And another thing which I'm not focusing on in the moment, but which I open up to when I'm doing it with you, is I can also tell at the same time that there is a sort of openness inside me. So if I were really to work on my process, it would be not just the momentary communication with you, the hot lights and the excitement of the moment, but it would be get in touch with this open part of myself, which I wouldn't normally notice. So the Tao is what we notice, and things that are at the edge of our awareness that we don't notice, or don't want to notice.
Now you use the terms, I think, primary and secondary processes to describe these.
That's right.
And a lot of the work is a question of noticing what is the secondary process.
That is right.
And amplifying it.
That is right. Well, process work actually, the idea behind it is a hope to be able to work with the full spectrum of human experience, with individuals in relationships, or with large groups or political scenes, conflicts included. So to do that, we need to, since people go into various states of consciousness, like getting angry, or this openness feeling that I'm feeling just now, or whatever, we have to be able to see what they, or notice what they, how they identify themselves, their conscious identification, that we call the primary process, and how they're not, the things that they disidentify themselves from, or experiences that are happening, like, and we call those secondary or more unconscious processes.